Hey everybody, welcome back to the bonus round. We are talking about all the big console players this year, and right now we're getting to Sony PlayStation and what they did in 2012. And I'm here with Marcus, Michael Pachter, and Paul Semmel. So PlayStation 3, I think it's been a bit of an off year on the software side for PlayStation 3. No big releases towards the end of the year. They've got a lot of big games next year with God of War and The Last of Us. But Paul, what's your take on Sony and what they did this year with PlayStation 3?
I think in a weird way the big thing is the PlayStation Plus, because they started giving away so much free stuff that a lot of people's opinion of it has really changed. At first people were kind of like, I don't want to do this. Why would I do this? But now that people are getting all these really cool games and free games, people are actually sort of saying they think it's better than Xbox Live. Now, most people are still not playing, online via it, as far as I can tell, but in terms of the amount of stuff that you get,
I remember Red Dead Redemption you could play for free at one point.
Yeah, they're giving away
cool games.
It's not just sort of little cheesy games. They're giving away real full games that people actually want. Even though you may do it for only 2 weeks, but still if you can get Just Cause 2 for free and you never played it, that's a good value.
No, they're doing a lot with. They've got day one digital downloads now for a lot of games coming out. It seems like they're doing a lot digitally that Xbox isn't even doing in terms of giving you, compelling day one games. That's something I think all of us would love to experiment with. It's like Borderlands 2, day one, you can download it.
And to be fair, they relaunched the PlayStation Store, and to be fair, they took it down 2 days later. But they made the effort. This has been my biggest bugbear with Sony. I think the PS3 has become my console of choice over the last 12 months, especially for third-party games. But when it came to the online, the PSN Store, and it just feels so unwieldy and just so tricky to get through, and that's what Microsoft does have over the other two. They do streamline that experience, ads or no ads. They do get it out.
No
there.
ads on PlayStation though, really, right?
Well, I haven't seen any so far, but
I remember when Microsoft put up Blades on Xbox Live, and I think we all hated it for several weeks. And now I find it, I actually do log on to the dashboard, and I don't know why. I always find myself scrolling through the Blade, what's new, especially what's new on Netflix. I just look through, and it always has little game promos, and especially on downloadable games, I just feel like I missed. And with PlayStation, that cross-media bar, which I absolutely loved the first time I saw it, I realize now 99% of what's available there, I never look at.
Well, none of it's really live. It's just the store.
It requires 6 or 7 different drop downs before you get to what you need to get to. So I never go to the store unless I'm really looking for something. And I'm totally with you. I think PlayStation Plus, it's a phenomenal value. They give you 10x what you get for.
That's sort of what they had to do, I think, to convince people now to pay. Right?
And they're just now, I think, really getting smart about marketing it. So you're starting to get things across your banner, telling you, advertising what's up there. So I actually really like what they're doing. I think it might take a next generation PlayStation and kind of a rework of the cross-media bar to make it quite as obvious as Xbox Live is. But I think that's their biggest success. But I want to talk about their biggest failure this year.
Vita?
Kevin Butler. I think letting
He's using
that
the
guy,
Bridgestone commercial?
letting that guy go.
I don't think they let him.
Well, they somehow didn't lock him up to the point where he couldn't work for anybody else.
No, but I feel like it sounds like Bridgestone, we're talking about that Bridgestone commercial, which I'm sure people have seen.
I thought it was a joke when I first saw it.
Well, but I assume that then it got pulled down, he got deleted from the commercial, so he clearly probably wasn't allowed to do that.
Ooh, they needed to lock the guy in a room where he could only appear for Sony. It's just too bad because I think he was a very effective spokesperson, and that he was the most memorable part of that entire ad campaign in the last 3 or 4 years.
Maybe the problem was that he was too big. Yeah,
honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a really good pitch man. I just want to revisit PSN and PSN Plus. I think for the next generation, if they can do the day one downloads and everything, but do it with the streaming content. So you're not downloading a huge game to your hard drive. I think that's where they can really leap ahead of the competition. We know they've bought Gaikai, and I think that is the.
Oh, you can click on Borderlands 2 and it just starts.
Yeah, that is the thing, and basically just having that done right, and basically not the on live model.
Sony is far less self-promotional than they used to be. They were years ago. They're quietly doing a ton. They really are. And like you said, buying Gaikai, PlayStation Plus with lots of free stuff. I think they figure this generation is almost over. let's not blow our opportunity by really pushing it hard now. Let's wait and come out strong next gen. I think they're going to.